Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to finally, after waiting for so long, I'm finally going to open up my G.I.Joe Classified #3 Destro, and we are going to compare it to the brand new retro card back Destro. We're going to see how they compare, if there's any differences, which one's better, and which one you should pick up. Personally, I would get both if you're a fan of Destro, but he's one of my favorite characters in G.I. Joe as one of the villains or bad guys or masterminds, whatever you want to call him. He is one of my favorite characters, and I've been holding on to these guys in box for a while, but today we're finally going to let them loose. So sit back and enjoy this review. Laird James McCullen, usually referred to simply as Destro, is a fictional character from the G.I. Joe, a real American hero toy line, comic books, and cartoon series. He is the leader of the Iron Grenadiers and founder of Mars Industries, a weapons manufacturer and supplier for Cobra. Have you ever wondered why Destro has a silver head? Well, he was forced to wear a steel mask for his crimes. Neither side were willing to execute him because they still wanted his weapons. Rather than taking it as a sign of shame, the Destro clan turned it into a symbol of pride. The patriarchs passed it down as tradition from father to son for over 20 generations. MARS stands for Military Armament Research Syndicate, a state-of-the-art weapons manufacturer and one of the largest multinational corporations in the world. As a businessman, Destro is cutthroat and unyielding, and is able to maintain apartments or office buildings in major cities of the world. His luxurious lifestyles outdoes most oil sheiks or shipping magnates. All right, it's finally time. Let's get these guys out of their boxes and have a closer look. All right, guys, here he is out of the box. I opened up the first one of him that was out for the classified series, which is #3. I also want to mention that there is another version, his Prophet Director likeness, where he's instead of silver head, he's gold. I'm not really a big fan of that version of him, so I have not picked that one up. But this guy looks great, and so let's take a closer look at his weapons. So one thing I noticed, that this gun here is gold, and I'm wondering if they just did a from that Prophet Director mold where all those weapons were in gold, if they reused that. And then we have his larger blaster. It's got a scope on it. There is some red paint apps on here. They look pretty good. There's not too badly marked areas. Looks pretty good. The red paint, it's on black molded plastic. And another cool part is the briefcase he comes with. That is from his part of his organization of Mars. The briefcase has got the you can see the Cobra logo is in there, painted. If the clasps and the handle are in a silver gray color. There is also a Cobra logo on the back. And the cool thing is, when you open it up, there's actually some stuff inside. So if we open it up like this, you can see there is what looks like money in the top half. And in the bottom half, he's got a laptop computer. As you can see, there's a screen and keyboard, and there is also a Cobra logo inside. So we'll look at Destro. We'll look a little closer here. Other thing I noticed is that his chain around his neck is also in gold, which I don't know if that's from again the Prophet Director accessories, but it's a little different with gold on. I'm not as much of a fan as that. For that, I'd rather be silver. He's got some gray paint apps in the shoulder piece. The chest pieces and his other shoulder. It's on molded black plastic. He's got his these arm shields around his forearm. They're silver. This one has his accessory for some small rockets that he can launch off that arm. Right there, that's molded on. That doesn't come off. He has got the silver belt, some red paint apps on there, all the way around silver. He's got this leg piece here, like a holster. There's some pockets in there, and this would be for his small gun. There's some dark gray paint apps on the knees, and same with his boots. They look like they're in a bit of a gray color with silver toe plates. The other thing I noticed too around his collar, a signature piece for Destro is the big red collar around him, and this kind of has a black outline around the outside, which I wish that was still red, because even in the cartoon, in the comics, it seemed more round and completely red, as opposed to having a border around the outside in black and the red just on the inside. So as far as the head sculpt goes, yeah, it's pretty good. There's no visible black eyebrows, though, which you can't see those. The silver paint is good. It's good paint app. It's nice shine to it. The one thing is, I noticed that his head doesn't move back, like hardly at all. It's a little bit forward, doesn't go back, which kind of prevents him from looking up. But so he's got good side to side movement, but yeah, just not much up and down. In the eyes, there's a very, very faint green dot on top of the black paint for his eyes. Looks pretty good. All right, well, let's overall, it's a good looking figure. I'm excited to get the other one out of the package and really compare the two of them. We'll get some weapons on him, and we'll see what that looks like. I'm not going to go into great detail with the articulation. It's pretty standard. He's got those shoulder bends, his arms straight out. There is his elbow joint. There's pins. He's got the bicep rotation. He's got his wrist movement on both sides. As far as legs, pretty much straight out. A little bit of a bind there with the this piece that's attaching the holster pack to his leg. That kind of bunches up a little bit, but it's not too bad. He's got the pinned knee joints. These ones seem to be moving fairly freely. Don't have to heat these up or anything. So that's a good sign. We'll get him in some good poses. All right, let's have a look at him with his weapons and accessories. All right, here he is, Destro, with his weapons and his briefcase. He's holding on to his briefcase nicely. The blaster gun goes really nicely into his hand. The trigger figure on the trigger. His gold gun is in the holster. That's all that comes with him. It's looks good on him. Everything looks pretty good. It's going to be good for posing. I like him. He's one of my favorite characters in G.I. Joe. Probably my favorite bad guy or villain, whatever you want to call him. And yeah, I'm really happy to get this guy finally out of the package. Had it for a long time, and now it's time to get it up on the shelf. So that's the first number 3 in the series, Destro. And next I'm going to open up the retro carded figure, and we're going to have a look and see comparisons, and because there are some differences, and I'll let you know which figure is my favorite. All right, here's the retro carded Destro, and right out of the package I can definitely notice that there are a few differences. One being, as you can see on the bottom there, he is standing on a peg stand, with the Cobra logo on it. It's pretty cool. These retro card figures, for some reason, they are packing them with stands, so that's pretty cool. It comes with the same weapons, briefcase, small gun, and larger blaster. And so as you can see, there's no paint apps on this version of the blaster. No red. It's just black plastic. Same with the smaller gun. This time, I'm kind of glad it's not the gold. But this one is, again, just straight up molded in black plastic. And there's that one. And again, this briefcase, there is no painted Cobra logo. There's only the logos on there, but as you can see, they're black and not painted. And if we look inside, what I noticed is pretty sweet. They've still got the money in there, but they've made it look a little more like actual money. So that looks great. And then on the bottom, the laptop computer is there. This time, instead of a blank screen, we have a Mars logo. We have a silver, or I'd say dark gray keyboard. Depends how the light hits it. And up here, we have a Cobra logo, but this time it's not painted. So there is definitely a difference in that stuff. So let's take a closer look at them. I can see, I'm going to take the stand off. One thing I can notice here is on his head. And this I like much better. He has painted black eyebrows, which make the face so much better, in my opinion. He's got the black eyes, and in this one, he's got some little tiny green dots for his eyeballs in there. And so either way, I love this one a lot better. Like, just the eyebrows add so much more. This time on his necklace chain, it's painted silver. It's not gold like on the other version. They also, now they've put on the hood around his neck, they took away, or they did away with the black outside line around here, and they painted it red, which I think is much better, because now it looks like it's kind of like the whole thing around is red, more like what it looked like in the comics and cartoon. Also, these plates on his shoulders and his chest plates on the other version that were painted in a gray color. This one, they're all black. His other version, he had black hands, and this time he's got silver painted hands. The belt is a little different. This graphic on the front here is painted, it looks like a Mars logo, whereas the other one, it was just painted red. The rest of it is all gray, including this piece here where it was red on the other one. The spot for his gun looks pretty much the same, again painted in red. This pocket right here is black, it was red on the other one. And you can see on the back of the hood how it's red on this one, the other one was black. So this one, so far, I'm liking a lot better. As far as his feet and boots, his whole boot is painted gray, same as the foot part, where they were painted or they were black with a bit of silver on the toes. These ones are just all gray. There is some silver paint apps on the side here for this ring, for the buckles on his boots. They're on the inside and the outside. So, and again, the same, just articulation real quick. Arms bend out, or sorry, legs bend out. Not so much on this one on the this side, because he's got this piece of plastic that kind of binds there. His legs are coming down a little bit. So, Legs are pushed up in, his arms straight out. He's got the bicep twist. He's got the pin elbow joints. There's the rotation there. The silver on his hands, the wrists move. Same on the bottom. He's got the pin knee joints. Same on this figure. They're pretty good. They're tight, but they are movable. And he's got the thigh twist. And that's about it. All right, let's take a look at him with his accessories and weapons, and we'll get to our final thoughts. All right, so here's retro card of Destro with his 2 guns and his briefcase. I'm going to go ahead and say that this one out of the 2 is my favorite. There's pros and cons for both of them, but if I had to choose one, it would be the retro card. Big thing is just those black eyebrows. I think those are really needed to be on there, and they look great. Kind of disappointed on there. Some of the they didn't put the red paint apps on the briefcase and the logo. A couple little things like that. I wish it was the same on this one, and the contents inside the briefcase look pretty sweet also. So yeah, I'm gonna put them side by side, and you can decide too which one you'd rather have. All right, there's Destro side by side with his other self. Yeah, guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Like I said, I think the retro carded, which is the one on the left, is the best version. But there's good and bad about both, so you be the judge. All right, guys, here they are. So if you don't mind, smash that subscribe button. I would love to get some more subs. If you like this video and you learned something from it, that's awesome. Hit the like button. And if you want, you can even hit that bell so you know when my next video is uploaded and ready for you to see. So we looked at Destro today, 2 different versions of them, the retro card back and the original number 3 in the series. My pick is the retro version of the retro card. That would be the one on the left. I think that is a really good depiction of Destro, and he'll be definitely going on my shelf as one of my favorites. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one.